Good morning. Today is October the 15th, 2022. Um, Not doing so good this morning in that quick little health update. Like I'm doing fine. But as the eye is readjusting and realigning, it's giving me incredibly severe headaches. And sometimes I need to do a double dose daily on headache medicine. And anyways, that's where we're at as far as that goes. I'm doing okay. I am doing better. I'm just not there yet. And unfortunately, I've got a couple of months to find out how well I'm actually doing. But until then, I'll keep you informed. Today, and maybe for my final tirade or rant, as it were, on my favorite bet noir, my people that just get me so frustrated is the fat activist community and their logic, or as I like to say, lack thereof. And of course, this is just my opinion. I personally believe that everyone should live their lives as they enjoy it to live it. And if you enjoy being of girth, and if that's what makes you happy, if food is such a comfort or a pleasure that, hey, shaving off years, decades of your life is worth it, all the power to you. I'm fine with that. There is, however, some of their nutso, in my opinion, philosophy, which makes me interested in counteracting. Um, and this woman, again, she's a TikToker. She's actually given the bearded lady a run for her money in her madness. Apparently, in real life, of course, I do not give out names because I'm not interested in that. I'm more interested in their philosophy, more than their looks, more than directing people to their channel. Trust me, I'm not interested in promoting more people to watch their logic. Question mark. um, this particular TikToker, I don't know. Apparently, she's a union activist, whatever that means. I have to guess that she might be a activist. Maybe she's trying to unionize, how you say, uh, women who women who offer services of their body to men or women, I guess, as a means of income. That's the only thing that I can think of because she finds it not only necessary to spew her logic on the internet, but she also happens to have, I don't know how else to put this, and I apologize for being too graphic, but it's the only way I can think of it. She has two udders in her chest area. And I mean udders because they're huge and they're predominant, and she makes sure they're predominant. Of course, the nipples are covered, and she doesn't, I'm assuming, have four of them. But the size, the texture, they remind me of udders. I don't know how else to put it, and I apologize to her for living with that, if you need to apologize for that. But that she promotes it, she's always wearing very revealing outfits that, okay, like it's the first thing you see. You don't really, all you have to do is kind of move the camera up a bit to get your face. You do realize you don't have to be promoting your udders. Anyways, her logic is this: she believes that people who lose weight are losing it. And this one was, I'm sorry, but it just kind of, what? It's even worse than the heart will be cannibalized. She believes that people who are thin have privileged treatment with hospitals, doctors, and the whole medical industry. And that people who are losing weight are doing it so they can cash in on the privilege that in her mind, and I'm sure she's not alone, but in her mind that thin people have privileges of doctor, hospital, medical care that unfortunately those of girth don't. That's never been mine. I'm sorry, but I was heavy. Okay, I wasn't obese, but actually I got clocked in at 30, 31 on the BMI, so that is technically obese. I was heavy, and I certainly struggled as I walked. It wasn't easy to live this way. But in all of my interactions with the medical community, no problem. And even as a matter of fact, and this actually hit me when I was at the surgery. In this surgery, how do you say, surgery journey. You go in, you wait in one waiting room, they whittle you down to another waiting room, you whittle you down to another waiting room, and finally, so it's like 4 waiting rooms that you go to as you wait for your turn to go under. In every one of these waiting rooms, there was 2 extra large seats. Now, the way this hospital was set up, in this very modern hospital, is for the thins, as they would call it. The thins had 3 seats in rows, but there were 3 seats. Some with armrests, some with not, but most of them with the armrests. And at the very front, to save these people of girth, mobility issues, there was 2. So in other words, 2 seats to make up the same amount of room that 3 seats take up. These ones had armrests, so it was more comfortable for them. And they were huge. Oh my God, I actually had to sit in one of them because it was closest and with my condition stuff. And if there was someone of girth, I would have moved. And in fact, I did. But eventually, when there's someone of girth came up and they needed the space, fine. But how is that not catering to them? These seats were so large, in my estimation. I was not uncomfortable in it, but I was uncomfortable in it. Jesus, like, I mean, it was so big. Like, to use the armrest, you had to go like this. I mean, okay, like, it is what it is, but they were at least closer. And when I rested up, I got to move, that kind of thing. That said, the thins that were using them, and there was no, I'll admit to them, because they believe that there is this hierarchy and the fats don't qualify for surgery and all that, which I doubt. I mean, there are the seats right there, so I assume that they do qualify. And as a matter of fact, when I went under the knife, I was over 225, and that was no problem. I still went under the knife. That said, the thins who were using these chairs were using the sofas. It was okay, like it is what it is. This woman, she was sprawling out, she put her legs up, and she was kind of comfortable. I wouldn't go that far. That wouldn't be comfortable, especially with my condition and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, my point being that I don't believe her. And I can attest with my personal testimony that I was not treated with disrespect or unprofessionalism when I was heavy. And I certainly am not being treated, as I'm constantly still seeing my doctor for my condition and stuff, or doctors and follow-ups with specialists and all that stuff. But even then, I'm not given a pampered treatment, and it is what it is. I get it from their point of view. They need to downplay and victimize their situation of girth because it's the only thing apparently that gets them through the night. So anyways, as far as this woman who who really believes that there's special treatment for thins and detrimental treatment to the fats, it's not my experience. Please get over it. And good luck to you. I mean, I really hope that you can get over it because your experience is not my experience. Anyways, I'm sorry about my condition. It's just making me a little bit lower key today. Maybe you appreciate that. I don't know. It is what it is. Anyways, that's what's going on in my patch of the internet. And I will talk to you guys later.